Okay, welcome back to the E-Managerial website. I'm Professional San. Today I would like to share with you what is a common type of software flaw. If we're talking about the software flaw that lead to exposed to the vulnerability, so the vulnerability I list down as below. One is a memory safety violation. This is involved with the buffer overflow and overreach, and also dangling pointer. So the buffer overflow can trigger when the malicious attacker or malicious user deploy such as a hard bleed bug as a malicious activity that create to input what they are designed to exploit or the leg mount checking to the read part of the memory not intended to be accessible. This is the gap that the system need to be tightened on the security parameter. So ensure that security appliance need to release the hotfix or security patch as a regularly basis. So the next is a dangling pointer. The dangling pointer raised during the object destruction when object that has income reference is deleted or delocated without modification the value of the pointer. And the pointer still point to the memory location or the location memory. So this is a part of the buffer overflow area that involved with the dumper or the memory. So the second vulnerability involved from the user input that we need to validation, and we need to handle whatever from input activity from the user. So the input validation error can be a format string attack. Format string attack. We can say this a malicious user or malicious hacker may use the parameterized such percentage s and percentage x format token among the other to point the data from the core stack or possibly other location in the memory due to the was unchecked user input. This is a negligence that programmer need to focus or strict the user input area as a significant, so we can protect from the user input for whatever involve the web browser. So the next is actual injection. Is a malicious user can inject the actual statement with a bypass actual query to inject into the database. So the next is a code injection related to the application that send untracked data to an interpreter. So this is the way that the fraudster try to inject the code involved with the flaw within the system. So the next is email injection. We can say the way that hacker can employ the MIME format to expand to append the additional information to the message being sent, such as a new list of a recipient or a completely different message body. This is a way that commonly fraudster try to inject the email from the victim host. So the next is a directory uh, traveler, or we can say the traversal attack. This area involved with the that the developer supposed to be the previous directory that involved with the folder permission that hacker can route back from the previous state of the folder that locate that store the sensitive information inside, so the hacker can route up and route down whenever involved with the injection. And the next is a cross-site scripting attack involved with the application. So this is the common attack method that known as a vulnerability in the web-based application. So the server or plugin system on which they relay. This is also involved with the injection also ATP header injection and also ATTP response splitting. The ATT header injection and ATTP response splitting involved with the parameter right that bypass what the user can input from the field and request to the page and redirect to other page, so the hacker can capture the section that split by the protocol HTTP. So the next component can be vulnerability. In case of the software flaw, we can call the race condition. The race condition commonly we have two. What is talk to is called time or check, to time or use. Or we can call talk to bug. So attacker can exploit the race condition between the access and open to trick set the UID, the victim into the override an entry in the system password and system password database from access and escalation to meet the objective of the fraudster can involve with the privilege escalation. So the fraudster need to understand what is the gap in the system, can trigger on the database. So the purposely to get the administrative access to the machine to get the further compromise or further access. So the next is a sampling race that involve with the creation of the file with the same file as a symbolic link. It actually create the link file instead of and possibly insert the content desired by the malicious user or malicious hacker. So the next is privilege confusion bug, like cross-site request forgery in the web application, and also the click checking. The click checking, we can say the user interface redressing or redress attack is an activity that involves with malicious technique to trick the web user into the clicking on something different from what user presume they are clicking on, meaning that reverse from activity that between hacker and user is clicking. So the next is ATP bound attack involved with the port scanning for the host to identify whether the port are open or identify whatever vulnerability port, so attacker they cannot access through the direct connection, for example with the nmap port scanner. So the number five is a privilege escalation, what I talked earlier at the top. So the last one is a user interface failure. This is very important, involved with warning uh, fatigue, or we can say the user conditioning. The next is flaming the victim from the user to make security reason without giving the user enough information to answer that. So this is a call blaming the victim threat. So the next is a race condition, this similar to the top, but this one involved with the condition can incur in the electronic system, especially logic circuit and in the computer software, especially multi threaded and discredited program that involve with the condition push up on the system floor. So the developer need to focus on the security mechanism that I defined in the 10. This is a framework from the OWASP security framework from the web security. Uh, One is a verify for security early and open and often. Sorry, and often. This is whatever that developer need to verify for all security related matter. So the next is a parameterized query. So we need to understand, we need to bear in mind and and skeptical on a parameter right that involved with the sensitive data. So the next is encode data. So we need to encode properly up on the framework requirement, up on the standard rule. So the number four is a validate all input from the user. This is very important. So we need to test, we need to validate what is a proper input from the web browser. So the next is implement identity and authentication control. This is the mechanism that most of the enterprise that put effort on this mechanism. Authentication control, we control all authentication from access involved with the privilege right or user right. So the number six is implement appropriate asset control. Whatever with asset control, we need to monitor and tracking, and we provide or we gain a permission up on their function, up on the certain role, based on the standard behavior. Need to know basis, need to have basis. So the number seven is a protect data. So we need to protect the data by the logic setting or by the encryption methodology or by the on the level of protection to ensure data meet the integrity. So the number eight is implement locking and intrusion detection. So we need to control all log activity that we can meet the threshold or the section management, or we can identify or determine what is intrusion come from, or we need to identify what is malicious source come from, like unknown IP, unknown uh, from the external attack vector. So the number eight is a leverage security framework and library. So we need to adapt with the best practice or best framework from the standard environment. So we need to put effort on this area to ensure that the software development activity on the high expectation of the security aspect. And the last one is error and exception handling. So this is also important. So we need to control for all error, all exception when we deploy or testing in a testing environment to catch up what are the error type, what are the exception type. So we need to control and we need to identify what is a proper custodian, authorized custodian to handle in this particular area. So the 10 mechanism focus on the security. All developer need to adapt and need to comply with the best practice requirement up on the OWASP framework. So this is a common system flaw that lead to a vulnerability that I mentioned on this particular area. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and share.